Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, the notebook is already open in front of us, that is print example IPY and B. So we have 22 print function example here, and today we are going through every single line one by one. No skipping, no rushing, line by line. Let's start from example 1. So line number 1, print hello Python. So here print is nothing but a Python inbuilt function, and that bracket, round brackets are required. They tell Python to call this function. Inside the brackets we have that hello Python. This is a string, which means the text. String must always be inside the double quoted, means hello Python is in double quoted, or sometimes it can be in single quotes. When Python run this line, it display the strings on the screen that I'll show you. And line 2, this is just print a line of equal sign. Okay, it is used here as a visual separator between examples. The text inside can be anything. The here in the Python program, that equal sign is used to separate section neatly. Okay, so now if I run, so you can see run anyway. Okay, so we can get the output. So from that line 1 we'll get, just wait for maybe 1 second. Yeah, so from the line 1 we'll get the hello Python, and second, from the second print we'll get the separated, means equal sign. Now example 2, here line 1, a comma b is equal to 10 and 20, and that one here, that hash sign is there. Hash means it is commanded, means this line will not executed. And line 2, so a comma b is equal to 10 and 20. This is called multiple assignment. We are creating two variables at the same time in a one line. So here a gets the value 10 and b gets the value 20. So Python read the right side first and then assign left to right. So now next line number 3, print values, then comma a comma b. So we are passing 3 items to the print separated by commas. First item, the string, is actually values. Okay, second item, variable a, which holds 10, and third item, variable b, which hold actually 20. By default, print automatically puts a single space between each item. Okay, and so if you run, and again that here fourth, that is print again equal sign, so that will separate separator from this text. Now if you run, so again you will get values, that 10 and 20. So that is our output. Now if I go to the example 3, that is separator opinion, separator option. So again that line 1, print 1 2 3 4, and then separate then in the double quote, that is comma. So now here we have that 4 number 1 2 3 4 separated by commas inside the brackets, and here separate sep, okay, sep is equal to that double quoted and inside comma. So here sep is a keyword argument that control what goes between each item. So we set it to the double that comma, that is that means double quote comma, that is a comma followed by space. So default shape is a single space. Here we change it to comma space. So now and then again, so we, another line is also there, print that double inverted comma 2025, then comma 09, then 22, then again we put sep in a hyphen. So here sep is a hyphen. Okay, so 2025, 09 and 22 are joined with a hyphen. This is very useful for print formatted depth, right? And separated line number 3. Okay, now if I run, so we'll get it is like that. So 1 2 3 4 means you can see the comma and then one space. So from here you can see that one space is there. Okay, and then in the second print we'll get to 2025, then hyphen 09, then hyphen 22. Now next another is example 4, ending option. Okay, so now here that line number 1, that print hello, then end, and then we give one space. So normally after printing, Python automatically moves to a new line. So here end then is equal to double inverted comma, here we give the space, that actually changes here end double inverted with space. So instead of going to a new line, it end with a space. Okay, so after print hello, the cursor stay on the same line with a space after it. And then print world. So here because the previous print ended with a space and not a new line, so that world will come after hello in the same line. So and then this here next line is that print hi comma end start. So it will that will here hi and then end with the asterisk. So instead of new line, so after hi it's print that star, so appear and the cursor stay there. So here again that there will be separated line. So if you do that, so here that from the first print hello, so there will be space and then that world. Okay, so it will go to the next line and then hi and then end will with a asterisk and then that separated line in the same. Now so here that end is very useful when you want to control exactly where the next print start, means you can control the cursor. Now next is that formatted print. Okay, F string. So modern formatting, right, where here so first line name Python, so we create a variable called name and store the string Python in it. Okay, and then version 3.11, so we created a variable called version and store the number 3.11 in it. So here 3.11, this is a float, a number with a decimal point. Now next line, the line 3, that print that then F and double inverted comma, so language, then name, then version, and then again here in that curly bracket the version. So here you can notice the small f before opening quote. This creates an f string. F string allow you to embedded variable values directly inside the string using curly braces. So name is replaced by whatever value name holds, which is Python, and version is replaced by 3.11. So this is the most modern and cleanest way to format string in Python today. You don't need to use plus to join string and variables anymore. So now if you run that and that that 5 that is print with, that is separate, right? If you run that, you will see the language Python. Okay, then here name, so that will replace with Python, then version will come 3.11. Okay, now going to the example 6, that is format method. So now here if you go to that, so first line is commented line, second line print, then name. Okay, so here the curly braces comma age curly braces, then dot format. Here that first bracket inverted double quote Alice and then comma 22. So here that curly brace inside the string are called placeholder, so empty slot waiting to be filled, right? Now here dot format Alice and 22 fills them in the order. So first curly bracket, so Alice will come, and second curly braces, that 22 will come. And here dot format is called format method. It is attached to the string with a dot. Now similarly that here another way we can write. So here x is equal to, in with it curly bracket 0, y is equal to curly bracket 1, and then x plus y is equal to, okay, so that is 2. Now here that is dot format 5 comma 7 comma 5.c. So here you use number placeholder, so 0 1 and 2. So this is 0 1 and 2. So 0 first value in the format, that is 5 will come, and then second value 7 will come, and then third, that curly braces 2, third value, so that will come 5 plus 7 12. Okay, so Python calculate this fast. So number placeholder let you use for reorder values. Now if you run that, so output will be like that. So that is L is age 22, x is equal to 5, y is equal to 7, x plus y is equal to 22. So now from here you can see that format was the standard before f string. You will still see it in order Python code. Now example 7, escape sequence. Okay, so now here that line 1, that is print line, then slash that n, then line 2, then next third line print col 1, then slash t col 1 2, so 2, and fourth print the he said, then we are put that slash and then hello with inverted double quote. Okay, and then last is that separator. Now first n, that slash n, so here slash n means that is the new line. Okay, when Python see slash n, it moves to the next line at that point. So line 1 prints and then new line happens, so then it will print line 2, and slash t here, so that is nothing but tab. It insert a horizontal tab page like presenting the tab key, very useful for aligning column of the data. And here line 3, that is he said. Okay, so for this, so our string is wrapped in a double quotes, right? But we also want to print double quote inside the string, so we are putting that slash is an escape quote. That black slash tells Python this quote is a part of the text, not the end of the string. So without slash, Python would see the second quote and think the string ended, so causing error, right? Now if you run that, you will see here, so first line 1 and then new line, line 2, and column, and then column 2. Now here we want to use that hello that in the double quote, so that's why we are using that backslash. Now next is printing without space. Okay, now for that, so here you can see the line number 1. So here we are using sep function. Okay, so we set this upper separator to an empty string, nothing at the all. Okay, so there is a zero space, zero character between A, B and C. They are joined directly together. Okay, so now if you run that, you will see that A, B, C, because we are using sep function, right? Then next is printing with number calculation inside the print, right? Now here, so line number 1, so we are multiple assignment, again x gets 5, y gets 3. Now next print means x plus y is evaluated first, then Python calculate 5 plus 3 8, and then print display the string sum followed by a space and then 8. Okay, and then that print that formatting f string version, right? First it will print, give that x and then y, and then it will give the result, right? So now if you run, you will see that, so sum is equal to 8, 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. So now next is learning more or play with input. So here many things you can do. So here raw string, that is print c colon slash user slash python slash document. So if you get output c dot user python documents. Okay, and then here again, so we are using that r, the double quote regular expression, then slash d, and then slash dot, then slash d plus. So what does that mean? Slash dot and backslash dot are that regex pattern, so you will learn that they need to keep exactly as written. Okay, so here r prefix ensure backslash are not interpreted. So this is why raw string are also used heavily in the regular expression. So now if you see that output, so you will get that. Now similarly multi-line string, so again if you run that, so you will get similarly. So this is a multi-line that string, so you can use that 3 double quotes. Okay, so here print 3 single quote also, you can do that way. Now printing different data types, so here that number is 1 2 3 4. Okay, student is name John, age this. Okay, now again if you run that, and here first that print list number, Okay, so you'll get that, and then this is actually a dictionary, tuple and boolean. So you will get that 11th again. So when we'll go through that dictionary, list, tuple and another operation, we'll see that. Writing without space, right? So we already did that. So here ABC is the shape function. Okay, and if I use that minus, so if you just run and you will see that. So you can do that. So now different way to do that. So again 13 you can just run and you just go through it, you will see. So different. So first sum, then 5 plus 3, already we did that. So number formatting different base. Okay, so here number is 42. So now here output is decimal, then binary, that hexadecimal, then octal. You can easily get that. For that number 42, what will be the decimal, what will be the binary, what will be the hexadecimal, what will be the octal. So you can easily get that. Okay, now print with alignment and width, right? So here print with alignment, so you can use that a print. Okay, so many things are given here. So how to do that? So here left less than 10 in the bracket, that center. Okay, right. So these are our advanced that printing function. So you'll get that. Okay, so many things are there. I'm not going to do that. I'm just run. Okay, so here Unicode and special character, you can get that. Okay, then print to the file. So file writing complete. So when we play with that file writing, we'll see that. Then flash parameter, so you can see that processing or something, executing that processing and done. Okay, so these are all advanced. Then printing with loop. Okay, so again when we'll use for loop, that time we'll see. Then advanced formatting example. Okay, so many things are there. So then error handling with that print. Suppose some cases when something is divided by 0, so that will give error. So removing that error, so we can use try and except. Okay, and finally print the empty lines and separator. Okay, so we can easily, if we run, we'll see something, right? So suppose we want to get that single separate line 50 times, so we can easily get that. Okay, so just if I execute, run, we can see that. Okay, so here I am giving 22 that print example. So if you I'll share this that notebook. Okay, you can run and you can see how different way we can print. Okay, so if you like this video, so please subscribe and share with your classmate, and drop a comment telling me what example was most useful for you. So see you in the next video. Happy coding. Thank you.